Get up, put your hands on the car.
The controversial case of Patrick Mumford began when he was confronted by two officers just as he was returning home. They claimed there were warrants out for his arrest. What the officers failed to realize, however, was that the warrants were for an entirely different man. Shockingly, this crucial mistake didn't seem to concern them as they proceeded with their actions.
What's your name? I'm going to ask you one more time. We probably need to talk to you. So, what's your name? Patrick. Stand up. Turn around, put your hands in the car.
What happened?
Patrick, understandably nervous after being unexpectedly confronted by multiple officers, still manages to provide them with his name. Despite this, the officers choose not to verify his identity through proper means like checking his ID. Instead, they hastily escalate the situation, making a questionable decision that would later spark significant controversy.
What I do? Man, what I do? Y'all ain't telling me what I do, man.
You got a warrant. You got a warrant?
He just came back from his probation officer.
I got taser. You coming out? You coming out? Come out.
Get your hands out now. You got 3 seconds. Hold on, man.
3
seconds. Do not reach. Get up. Put your hands on the car. Show me the warrant.
Come out.
2. All right, take me.
All right, move. You coming out or not?
Dude, stand back.
Come out. You got a warrant.
I'm not telling you again.
You better get out of the car.
Y'all ain't let me know what's
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Man, y'all better leave me alone.
Get out of the car.
Man, y'all better leave me alone, cousin.
All right, move, Fox, move.
Really?
Within just 38 seconds of their initial contact, the officers escalated to ordering Patrick to be tased. They later justified their actions by claiming that Patrick had been given ample opportunities to comply, leaving them no choice but to use force. However, even after tasing and detaining him, the situation didn't de-escalate. Patrick was subjected to further rough treatment, adding to the controversy surrounding this incident.
Something was going on, man. Get this off me, man.
He keeps reaching for his back.
Ah!
Quit resisting.
I got him, guys. Just search whatever he's going for.
The officers searched Patrick, assuming he was reaching for a concealed weapon. However, their search turned up nothing but his wallet. Ironically, this turned out to be Patrick's saving grace, as his ID inside the wallet confirmed his identity and proved he wasn't the man they were looking for. This critical mistake only added fuel to the growing controversy over the officers' actions.
I just seen this fucking lady.
Patrick Mumford.
This lady not gonna tell me that I got a warrant. I just seen her.
Here's the deal, dude.
How long I had a warrant?
I don't know if you got a warrant, because you're not who I'm looking for. But here's the deal. When we ask you for ID, because you look a lot like the person we're looking for, you give us ID. And when you start this whole fighting nonsense, dude, all you had to do is give me this.
But the way you came up asked me out of nowhere.
Despite claiming Patrick was reaching for a weapon, the officers never let him reach for his wallet to identify himself. They escalated the situation, leaving Patrick with no safe way to comply. Later, when they found his ID, it was clear he hadn't been given a fair chance to prove his identity. Even after realizing their mistake, they continued to manhandle Patrick, forcing him onto the patrol car hood. To add insult, one officer patronized him, saying he caught a case he didn't need to get. This mishandling sparked outrage and raised serious concerns about their conduct.
What's the guy name?
Is there someone here to stay here that looks like you? Think about it.
Hey, Jack. Yeah. Guess what he's looking for?
Tell him. Who does he look a lot like?
I don't know.
He knows who it is.
So who is it?
Michael?
He is not Michael.
Okay, I know that now.
Oh, they thought he was my son?
Yes!
Really? They don't even look nothing
And
alike?
then besides, they didn't even have to
picture that we got, they look exactly.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at that picture. I mean,
Don't they look far off? Okay, are we wrong?
For context, this is the man the officers were actually looking for, bearing little to no resemblance to Patrick. Despite this, they felt confident enough in their mistaken identification to escalate to using a weapon against him. Patrick was initially charged with obstruction and probation violation, threatening his job and college position. Fortunately, an internal investigation revealed that all 4 officers had failed to follow proper procedure. They were suspended and Patrick was awarded a $100,000 settlement. However, David Wiggins' case wasn't as fortunate. After being pulled over, police forced him out of his vehicle with no hesitation, only to later realize he too was the wrong man.
Hands out the window! Take your right hand, open the door. Get on the ground. On the ground. Did you just run from me? Sir, okay? All right, put your hands behind your back.
David Wiggins found himself in a terrifying situation when police mistook him for a suspect they were pursuing. Officers claimed the actual suspect had fled in a car with a similar make and license plate, leading them to pull David over. While the mix-up might seem understandable at first glance, it highlights a serious lapse in judgment. Instead of verifying the plate immediately after losing sight of the fleeing vehicle, the officers waited until David was already on the ground, handcuffed and at gunpoint before making any attempt to confirm his identity.
I was going home. I did not run, I swear.
Since you give me that tag.
Contact to a 2016 Dodge Challenger, last name Green. It's not a hanger. It's clear.
This ain't even him. Yeah, you good. You're good. That's scary. You got almost the same tag, same car. He must have passed you going through. You good? Good. All right. You have a good one, okay? I'm sorry about that.
David Wiggins was left deeply shaken by the encounter, receiving little more than a cursory apology from the officers before being sent on his way. Unsatisfied, David filed a lawsuit against the city of Marion in July 2023, citing gross negligence, civil assault, battery, and false imprisonment. In his complaint, David described the traumatic experience of spending 3 minutes on the ground with a gun to his head, unsure if he would survive. He also criticized the apology, calling it a mockery. As of now, the case remains unresolved. In contrast, a Florida officer found himself in a similar situation, but demonstrated the proper way to handle such incidents.
I'm not trying to get shot over this. Do you really think we want to be out here killing people?
A deputy in Volusia County, Florida, was in the middle of searching for a burglary suspect when he encountered Joseph Griffin, a man he claimed perfectly matched the suspect's description.
There is a burglary that happened. You kind of fit the description. Let me just make sure that you're not him, okay? All right.
I'm a vet. I have my ID.
Okay. Can I see your ID? Yeah. You literally, they said white tank top, black shorts, and they said that you had a beard. All right. So I'm not saying it's you, but it was a black male. Again, not saying it's you, buddy.
The deputy, fully aware of how tense such situations can become, especially if the person he's stopped turns out to be innocent, remains calm and respectful. He approaches Joseph politely, aiming to resolve the matter without escalating the situation.
Bear with me, okay? Because you fit the description. I'm not saying you're guilty, but my sergeant's telling me to detain you. That's my sergeant.
I got you. I just had a daughter born 2 days ago, so I just have this online.
It's live?
I'm not
Do you mind setting it down here? Just for now, I'm gonna detain you. Look, you're not under arrest. I'm detaining you right now because you fit the description, okay? Just hang tight for me, okay, buddy?
Joseph calmly informs the deputy that he's live streaming the interaction for his own safety, which the officer acknowledges without issue. He reassures Joseph that he's not under arrest and isn't being charged with anything. The officer explains that they just want to prevent him from running in case he turns out to be the suspect.
We're not saying it's you, but you fit the description. That's why I'm detaining you. If it's not you, we're gonna cut you loose and you're free to go, okay? But I just want you to see through us why,
7 cop cars, though. Hey, everything going on is just a little bit scary.
Yep. It was a burglary. It's a burglary. It's serious. It's not a joke.
You got these guys that are getting ready to go home, and we're coming in, so that's why you have so many.
The cops are doing their best to keep Joseph calm, but you can imagine how stressful the situation must be for him. He remains respectful and composed, responding politely to the officers, but it's clear that he's still on edge, uncertain about what might happen next.
We appreciate you being very cooperative. Other people would just...
I'm not trying to get shot over this.
You ain't gonna get shot. Seriously, do you really think we want to be out here killing people? Do you honestly think that?
I'm a military police.
Like I said, brother, I've been in the same boat.
After just 10 minutes of waiting, they hear back from the witness who had just received a picture of Joseph. The witness confirms that Joseph is not the suspect they were looking for.
So good news for you? The witness is saying that the clothes you're wearing and all that doesn't fit the description? it's called a show up. So we got a picture. Again, he's gonna run it through, make sure it's not you, and from what it looked like, buddy, you'll be out of here, okay?
A show-up is a method of identification where a witness is presented with a single suspect and simply asked if that's their guy. It's also worth mentioning that when looking for a suspect at large, police will only receive a quick rundown of the suspect's appearance. Adding extra details can create confusion and even cause cops to let perpetrators go if they miss something small. This is why the description may seem vague and can lead to false positives, just like this one is starting to look like.
What's your name, man?
Joseph.
Joseph. Hey, man, listen, Jake. Just want to say thank you for keeping a cool, good demeanor. We just got the picture finally from the witness, and I get why they went out with you for sure. Clearly not you, but the clothing description and everything matched. So obviously these guys didn't have that to go with. They just had a description and he matched. It's pretty good. But once we finally got the picture from the video surveillance and stuff, it was like, nah, that's not it. That's why I told him, like, get him out of here. I appreciate you just putting understanding that, man.
Just like that, Joseph was sent on his way back to his wife and daughter with no further action taken against anyone at the scene. Later that day, the actual suspect was found and arrested.